Okay, are we actually back this time? Brutal crash. There we go. Now we're actually. I don't know. Maybe it's the media request being a little too much. Anyway,
Room number, please.
605.
One moment.
yay, good. Yeah, I don't know what that is. What that's been. I lowered the graphics settings a little bit. See if that helped. Windows updated not long ago, so I'm gonna just assume it's that and blame it on shit. From either Windows or Stream Elements fucking breaks everything. I swear to God.
here inside. It's been a while since you and I were intertwined as one. We were just getting started. You were all that I wanted. So let's
Yeah. No, this isn't 21. Well, it's the fake 21 Pilots song. Yeah.
Cause when I look at you, when I look at you, cause when I look at you, cause when I look at you, I feel something tell me.
Great pick.
gotta let go. Go. I gotta let go. It's time to go. It's stuck in my mind, not in my soul. Been on this road too many times before. It's time to go home.
I'll leave you with one more, then I'll return closer to 2. Cool, cool. If I don't finish this by then, I'll still be streaming, but I plan to probably wrap up once I finish this level.
It's time to go home.
Cool bean.
It's time to go home. It's time to go. Stuck in my mind, not in my soul. Been on this road too many times before. It's time to go home. It's time to go home. It's time to go home. It's time to go.
Thank goodness. We're almost to the bottom of this. I was like, how many more floors is there?
Prima donna girl, yeah. All I ever wanted was the world. I cannot that I need it all. The prima donna light the rise and fall. You say that I'm kinda difficult, but it's always someone else's fault. Got you wrapped around my finger, babe. You
Sounds good. Thank you. Oh, wrong.
Rule number one is that you gotta have fun. But baby, when you're done, you gotta be the first to run. Rule number two, just don't get attached to
Shit. I keep taking screenshots.
At least I think I do.
I'm so worried there's gonna be like, I'm gonna get to 99% and there's just gonna be some random bullshit that I have to go looking for forever trying to find. Oh, that's gonna hurt. It's one side. Ah, fuck. Hello, Kev. Hope you're having a nice day. Happy to see you again. Finished up with this power wall. Why did I do this? This isn't home. There we go. Going rather slow, but doing okay otherwise. Hey, nothing wrong with a slow day. Kind of giving myself a self-imposed slow day. Been rather unmotivated to play anything, sadly. I get that. I get that. Sucks. A lot of times, I was actually talking last night about how sometimes I think, or sometimes I wonder, is it like, is stuff getting less interesting, or am I just depressed? Because I get really bad anhedonia sometimes. So I always wonder, like, am I just depressed, or do I just, is stuff just not how I like anymore? Have I officially reached the old age where I just kind of hate on everything because I don't recognize it? I know the day is coming. I hope I haven't reached that yet, but I'm beginning to suspect it may be the case. That said, maybe try something different, new that you've been maybe putting off. That's kind of how I started in Yakuza. Was, you know, it was a game that I was kind of interested in playing, but didn't really particularly feel motivated to play until I played the first one. Now I've played the whole series, and I think they're awesome games. So, yeah, maybe there's something on your queue that you've kind of forgotten about that now's the time to circle back and give it a shot. Or maybe it's time to just take a little break from gaming, you know? Could be both, not gonna lie. I'm not even that old, and I feel like that sometimes. Though in my case, I also don't have the mood to play very. Most of my Steam library are JRPG. I could use a break. Yeah, nothing wrong with taking a break. I think that I know at least I tend to feel a sort of devotion to the things I enjoy, where I feel like if I'm not doing it consistently, I feel like I'm not enjoying it or I'm being inauthentic or something. You know, at the end of the day, sometimes you just need a break, no matter how much you love it. I take breaks from music all the time. That's why my release schedule is non-existent. I just kind of erratically release things. So, yeah. Who knows? Maybe you'll discover something new you really enjoy while you're taking a break from gaming. Yeah, it's so messed up. I especially, this is something I try to work on, is like, I put way too much pressure on my recreation. It's kind of comical. Like, it's supposed to be my relaxation time. And here I go, just putting stress on myself about it for no reason. But it's so me-coded. It's so me-coded. I always put pressure on everything. Everything has to be grand and big and spectacular. It's a pain because it stopped me from doing things a lot of times, and that's why I'm trying to work on it. Yeah, the hobby doesn't become a hobby at that point. You just do it because you have to. Exactly. And I don't want to do that. Like, I already did that to music, and I'm trying to undo it because I do still love music, but my relationship with it has definitely changed. And I think that I'm working on it because everything I do, I tend to like turn into like, oh, how can I make money off this? How can I, change my life while doing this? Because I enjoy doing it, and like, who doesn't want to enjoy what they do? But it's a trap. It's straight up, it's a trap. Steel Tower Legends 3. And I just end up stealing my own joy constantly. Makes no sense. I don't know why we do this to ourselves, but yeah, I try to just focus on enjoying. It's hard. Why am I so hard on myself, you know? There we go. Wall bases. It's got to be one of these. Maybe it's inside? One thing that's been bothering me is seeing how I was 1 year ago. 'Cause I was doing a lot in comparison, and this year feels like it. Wonder if you ever also feel like that. Might be a me thing. Yeah, I definitely tend to compare my productivity. Oh, spot. Like year to year, but I think that I think that that mentality is also kind of a trap because you can only do so much, right? And what happens to you in the span of a year is not entirely in your. So maybe last year you just had less on your plate, so you had more energy and mental capacity to do things you wanted to do. Maybe this year you've got a lot on your plate, or maybe one specific thing happened that's kind of put you in a different headspace that's made it harder to be as productive as you wanted. Or maybe it's just life, you know, and you're just having an unproductive year. That happens. I think ultimately the most important thing is to be kind to yourself, and beating yourself up over it is not going to help you be productive. I'll tell you that much. And like, yeah, this is pretty much like what I think about most of the time is this battle between wanting to be more productive and wanting to improve and see progress, and also wanting to, you know, just cut myself enough slack to actually enjoy the process of chasing things I like and care about. So I think you're not alone in that. I think I find myself comparing myself to the past a lot. I think my most productive years are behind me. You know, the years that I think about are when I like booked a tour for my band across the Northeast, and we just hopped in a fucking car. We even like had to borrow cars for legs of it. We like broke down someone's car, and like I definitely miss the grit that I had to be able to just will something happening. I don't really have that grit anymore, and I think a lot about why and what's changed. But at the end of the day, I think just trying to be happy, you know, focus on being happy. And as long as you take care of yourself and your needs are met, who really cares about what other standards you set for you and for you? Happy to hear it's not just me. I think for me, I did a lot of cool stuff last year. I kind of wished I could do it again this year. Yeah. You know, especially when you have like a really good year, you know, it's easy to start comparing the next year to that. Yeah, you know, you had an amazing year, and who doesn't want to have an amazing year every year? But yeah, just give yourself some slack. Every year won't be the best year of your life. Every year won't be the worst, and that's okay. It's okay to have kind of a mid-year. Also, I had a band. Yes. Here, let me play a song by that. We were called Among the Wolves. It was a pop punk band, and it was sort of the reason that my relationship with music changed, I think, because trying to manage a group of people, like I really wanted to do. I still would love to be able to make a career doing music, but I see it a little different now. But I was pushing for it with everything I had back then. Like every dollar I had was spent recording or buying gear to upgrade our live show. It was spent on getting us to shows, etc., etc. It consumed my life. And trying to push, you know, a group of other people to care as deeply about something that you see as, you know, life or death is really hard. It's really hard because you're not going to make them care that much. So you just end up dragging them along and doing everyone's work. And it just became too much. And I really hated, just, yeah, I hated that experience. It made me kind of hate music, and so I started doing solo stuff to get back in touch with why I love music, to just have the freedom to do whatever I feel like doing as well. But yeah, here's a song. This is my personal favorite. This group. It's called "Hold Me Up" by. Wow, that is some lore. Do you still talk to the other band members? There was a few rotations, so some of them, yeah, most of them, no. But I'm on good terms with everyone.
Every breath I try to pull in is more labor than the last. Being slowly suffocated by the demons of my past. Whoa. Every fear that I carry had a dream that used to match. I've been swallowed up by emptiness. I fear I cannot hatch. Should I break down and give up, or should I keep pressing on? I don't fit in with this world, and I'm feeling so alone. Could you hold me up? I've been broken for so long. Despite the
Sounds pretty
things I
nice so
say,
far.
I
Not
don't
my kind of
think
thing,
I'm
but I respect
strong.
it. Yeah, that's fair.
Hold me up. All my choices still feel wrong. This world has changed and I don't know where I belong. I was smiling till the moment when my eyes betrayed the truth. Now no laughter can cover all the tears that drown my youth. If I scream and no one hears me, would it still be worth the fight? A symbolic act of freedom as this world would dim my light. Could you hold me up? I've been broken for so long. Despite the things I say, I don't think I'm strong. Could you hold me up?
Man, that vibrates crazy.
All my choices still feel wrong. This world has changed and I don't know where I belong. Could you hold me up? I've been broken for so long. Could you hold me up? All my choices still feel wrong. Could you hold me up? I've been broken for so long. Despite the things I say, I don't think I'm strong. Could you hold me up? All my choices still feel wrong. This world has changed and I don't know where I belong.
So yeah, that was. Yeah, so it was like a pop punk band. But yeah, I had so many lineups that moved through it because, again, like I was really the only one who gave a fuck. And so I was never like particularly close to any of the people in it because it was, yeah, other than rehearsal and practice, none of them really ever kicked it with me. I was just, taking the help of anyone who would help me get to shows and perform. So I don't really keep in touch with any of them, though. I don't really keep in touch with really anyone from what I would call my past life. Because I was in a very, very, very toxic environment. And kind of getting out of that required me to just kind of leave everyone behind. So yeah, I don't really have much of a network from when I was younger anymore. I mean, I could, but I don't really want that. Yeah. But like, man, that shit haunts me because I had people who were like getting ready out of curiosity, how did the band thing start? I just loved music. Funny enough, so it started when I was like, I guess 16. My parents had always tried to get me to learn an instrument and practice music, blah, blah, blah. And of course, I was like, no. Because if you tell me to do something, I'm going to not want to do it. That's the way I am. And so, the thing that got me into music officially was, of course, a whammon. Had a crush on a girl who was like really into guitar. So to impress her, I tried to learn, I didn't try, I learned to play The Girl by City and Color. And so I could like upload a video of me covering it to Facebook. And turns out I like music more than I like women, which says a lot because I really like women. And the rest was just kind of history. I started just writing songs and I wanted to perform them. And so I just started bugging people that I knew played instruments. Like, hey, do you want to be in my band? Will you be in my band? And eventually, I got enough people together willing to help me do it that we started gigging. And like, we were honestly moderately successful. That's why it vexes me. I had people who were like trying to get us on the tour circuit and shit like that to play at festivals. I was connected with like people who are now in like the main bands of the punk scene, like Calling All Captains. I knew them. Neck Deep. I don't know if you ever heard of Neck Deep. Like I was tight. Well, I wouldn't say tight. Like we weren't like friends or anything. But like I was networked with them and like would talk to their producer and was in talks with their producer to have him produce an album for us. But I just on my own, I couldn't get it there. I didn't have the money. I didn't have the energy to grind it out and get us there. So it all eventually just kind of fell apart. Because really when it fell apart was when everybody bailed on me for a gig. And that was the moment I was like, okay, this is the last Among the Wolves. Because, yeah, I pulled up with my acoustic guitar, played it by myself, and I don't know, I was like, man, I put all this work into chasing people, into, getting them to know their parts, trying to put together a good show, and I still end up doing it all by myself anyway. I might as well just commit to doing it by myself. So I pivoted to doing more like electronic emo-ish music. And that's kind of where I've been at ever since, It's probably not as good. Definitely nowhere near as many people listen to it. But shit, I was doing the recording, writing, producing stuff anyway. Might as well just do what I want to do. Not have to listen to anyone else. So yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Curious, you have any funny stories? Yes. On tour, we were playing at this venue called the Blind Pig. And the lore on that venue, which honestly, I have no idea how we got in there. But Nirvana, and this is all like alleged. I don't know how true this is, but the story goes, Nirvana was on tour back when they were nobodies. And at the big arena downtown in Hootie and the Blowfish were playing, and they were talking about how many people, they're doing their show, they do one of their little interstitials, they're like, how many people like rock and roll? And everyone's like, yeah. And so they said, all right, well, there's this little band from Seattle playing down at the Blind Pig, you gotta go check them out. And the story goes that that's where Nirvana got their break. Anyway, we're playing at this dope ass fucking venue, and they got like all the posters and pictures up of everyone who's played there before, and we're geeked. And if that wasn't enough, it was the farewell show for the local band that let us hop on the bill. So we're trying to just settle in and everything. We get to the venue, naturally, you know, we were in this SUV that doesn't have a bathroom for the last 4 hours. So as soon as we get out, everyone bum rushes the bathroom. I had the misfortune of being left with the only stall. And this stall had no doors. It was just like, it was a stall. So I go in, and as I round the corner for the stall with no doors, it turns out it's in use. And that was how I got to meet the band that hosted us. It was a sick show though. It was a great show. We sold a bunch of merch that night. People were wasted as hell. Yeah. It was so awkward, but hey, it was cool. It was cool. They were chill about it. It's not like I did it on purpose, you know? Let's see. Oh, so we were in this SUV that we were towing a trailer behind with all our gear. We had borrowed it from somebody for the first leg of our tour. They loaned it to us very graciously. And we're like, yeah, just, you know, bring it back, fuel it up, whatnot. So we finished our first leg of the tour, and we had a little bit of downtime, so we ended up coming back home, and that's where we were going to swap out the truck for our vehicle. I shit you not, okay? We were literally driving. Like, we changed the oil as like a thank you, okay? And we were literally driving to drop it off from the mechanic. And the engine just fucking dies. We have been driving that thing all over the Northeast for like a week at that point. And of course, right as we're bringing it back, and we're so proud of ourselves because we were like, oh, we got you an oil change. We like really appreciate it. It's like, yeah, we're on South Park, and your car is dead. They were so chill about it. It was an old beater anyway. I don't think they really like were that invested in getting it back. But yeah, for real. That like, I don't know. Someone must have said, "Oh man, I'm glad it didn't break down," because that was just the timing, uncanny. Oh man, but that was a fun tour. We finished by playing at a mental health festival, and it was a little rough because it was at the end of the tour, and I got sick at one point during the tour, and so by the end of the tour, my voice was just fried. Like I couldn't really sing. I had to like scream my way through the sets, basically, like tonal screaming, which luckily as a punk band worked out. But damn, I really labored to get through that because I did not want to, like, I didn't want that to be a bad performance. If any of them, I did not want that to be the one where we sucked. But yeah, that was really cool. We recorded our album on that tour, and I had to actually come back at a separate time to record my vocals because I got sick. I lost my voice, and I literally couldn't sing. It was rough. But shit happens. So I came back, recorded my vocals, and we put out our album. And that was the first album that I ever put out. And then I learned pretty much everything I know about recording from that dude who recorded for that band for us. And now I do it all myself. I'm not the best at it, but hey, I get to make what I want to make. Honestly, must have been pretty fun, even if it didn't work out in the end. Oh, hell yeah. Like, playing a show, honestly, playing a gig and, like, people singing along with the songs that you wrote and just seeing everyone engaged, having fun, and especially the people who didn't show up for you, and you know they weren't there for you, they were just there for their friend, and they don't give a fuck about the other bands, they're just waiting for your set to end. Hearing you just rip that first chord, bring the energy in their head, snap around. Oh, it's like crack. As someone who has done drugs and had plenty of sex, and I've indulged in all the vices that I desire, it's number one. It's not even close. Nothing beats that shit. That's the only time I've ever felt truly alive. is when I'm on stage, just doing my thing. Like I enter a different state of existence. I genuinely don't remember it ever, but I remember the feeling. And like in the moment, it's genuinely like transcending human. It's the most incredible. It's a high I will chase the rest of my life. Number plate. Where is this shit? Oh, the front one. The front one, maybe? Got license plates go on the front and back. Keep bumping. Yeah. Oh, so we do end up doing fire truck. All right. This is only, damn, there's so much content in this. I literally played like 2 levels last night too. I'm hooked on this game. It's just a mellow vibe. Let me see. How far away am I from this final up? 5,000? I think I might start the story thing tomorrow. We'll see. But I don't plan to do this for too much longer. As soon as I get the next Ace Attorney, I'm going to hop into that. Play that, and I'm probably going to do maybe a little Power Wash reprieve for, and then Disco Elysium. And then after Disco Elysium, I'm thinking Persona. Continuing. Persona's text-based, isn't it? Maybe not. I really don't know what the gameplay of Persona looks like. Hell yeah, that AA thing will be fun to see again. Oh yeah, especially now that I got the gifts working. Do you know how the gifts work? Because you can send gifts to the chat now, or to stream now. If it's like the yeah, so on the right side of the screen, I have Persona's heavy on text. Yes, it's turn-based RPG. Okay. I thought I knew it was a text-based. Anyway, on the right side of the screen, I have like 3 little widgets, the boxes. One's the captions, one is blurp, which is what the sound effects are controlled with, and the other is Giphy. And you should be able to click that and send gifts through there. So if you want to send the Ace Attorney gifts you were showing me, that's how you'll do it. I finally figured out a way to set it up, thankfully. It's not perfect, but it works. Anyway, let me get a song. Send you some vibes. Let's see. Let's do Burnt Toast. So yeah, you said you didn't know that the music I play on my outros is my own, but yeah, so this will be an interesting comparison to show where it started and where it is. You can see where it very much has the same vibes. Anyway, have a great rest of your day. Thanks for being here, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow or that again. A great rest of your day. Until then.
There's something wrong with me, I keep getting in my own way. Pressure is pushing me to give in and be lonely, but I don't really wanna be content with misery. The apathy that's seeping in is slowly killing me. Cause I don't wanna be here, I don't wanna be stuck doing the same damn thing and never giving a fuck. I don't wanna give in to the voice telling me that I will always be the same and I will never break. Wake up, everything was so wrong. I'm singing the same song I was singing this time last year. So far, shit's been getting so hard. Maxing out my damn car, trying to get a day of rest here. I'm still hoping that I'll wake up, rolling got my mindset focused on a future that is brighter. Last year, I was sitting right here, swearing off the same fears, keeping me from my desires. I'm trying to catch up up to the world, but I'm just losing time. It's changing faster than I'd ever hope to heal my mind. Apocalypse is no consensus, has me stressing out. Cause every year we never change despite our future's doubt. Cause I don't wanna be here, I don't wanna be stuck doing the same damn thing and never giving a fuck. I don't wanna give in to the powers that be. I wanna make a fucking change for something bigger than me. Wake up, everything goes so wrong. I'm singing the same song I was singing this time last year. So far, shit's been getting so hard. Maxing out my damn car, trying to get a day of rest here. I'm still hoping that I'll wake up golden, got my mindset focused on a future that is brighter. Last year, I was sitting right here, swearing off the same fears, keeping me from my desires. Wake up, everything goes so wrong. I'm singing the same song I was singing this time last year. So far, shit's been getting so hard. Maxing out my damn car, trying to get a day of rest here. I'm still hoping that I'll wake up golden, got my mindset focused on a future that is brighter. Last year, I was sitting right here, swearing off the same fear,